qualification. Instead, we're talking about our real calling or vocation. Jesus gave us our marching orders in Matthew 28, verse 19. Go ye therefore and make disciples of all nations. Obeying our theme, call to discipleship, we are to go out into our neighborhoods and fish. The dictionary describes a disciple as one who accepts and assists in spreading the doctrines of another. In this case, we are following Jesus, so we are his disciples.
Amen. Right.
Like the oceans and seas, which are teeming with fish, so our neighborhoods and towns are full of people who need to be brought into the ark of safety.
Yeah.
The fish will not jump into the church. Well, someone has to go out and get them.
Preacher.
Brothers and sisters, I suggest to you this morning that if we want to be as successful as Jesus was in catching fish, we must adopt some of the methods that he used. Number one, Jesus meets us where we are and brings us to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. This simply means that Jesus talked with everybody. He mingled with everybody, even with those who weren't of his faith. Not only that, but Jesus makes use of the job skills that we already have, and he builds on them. Number two, he expresses a keen interest in what people are doing and what is happening in their lives. Remember when he asked Simon and Andrew and all the other fishermen who had been fishing that night, "Do you have anything to eat?" Of course, they had none. Number three, Jesus talked less about fishing and the art of fishing. He simply did it. He did not say, "Follow me and we'll talk about fishing for men."
Preach, preacher.
Brothers and sisters, we talk too much about evangelism and we do not do enough fishing. We need to go out and meet the people where they are. Number four, Jesus found a common interest with those whom he was reaching out to. To the fishermen, Jesus talked about fish. To the disheartened, he talked about hope, living life, and God's unending care for them. To the sick, he talked about healing and healed them. To the hungry, he talked about food and fed them. Amen. And to the proud and high-minded, he talked about the foolishness of their deeds and actions and told them how God judges. To confess, we aren't so good about fishing for men. In fact, most Christians I know feel vaguely guilty about the whole subject of evangelism. They know they should do it, but they don't know where to begin or how. 9 out of 10 of us might feel like failures when it comes to sharing what we believe. No wonder we don't do much evangelism. It's not fun doing something that makes you feel like a failure 90% of the time. Since the theme for today is discipleship, let me focus more closely on how we can fish for souls. Let me give you a few facts about discipleship. Number 1, the Lord is looking for disciples. Luke chapter 14, verse 25 to 33. But know this, it will cost you and it will call for total commitment.
Amen.
Number 2, the disciple must be disciplined. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 to 27. Do you not know that those who run in a race all run, but only one receives the prize? Well, run in a way that you might obtain it. Number 3, the disciple must be willing to give up or deny any ungodliness or worldly lust. He must live somberly, righteously, and godly in this present age. Adults, let me speak to you for a moment. You cannot be a disciple of Christ and continue to do your own stuff. Most of you, not all, want to be known as disciples of Jesus and yet you continue to do your own thing.